Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome to another episode at Pond Bank Farms. Every year on our dairy farm, we need about 750 bales of straw to keep our cows bedded. Bedding is the second most important thing on a farm next to feed. Farmers use different kinds of bedding from straw, shavings, and sand. On our farm, we use straw. And to get straw, we basically have two options. A, buy it. B, we can grow the wheat or spring cereals and we can combine it and get our own straw. When we started out here, we did a lot of option A. We bought most of our straw, but we've slowly been able to build up our land base so we can grow all of our own straw, which is what we are doing now. Where's the straw? Well, it's coming. We just planted our wheat, so next fall we'll be harvesting this here straw and we will be baling it and using it to fed our cows. And then we will be selling the wheat to the elevator. In my opinion, this is the best option. So with that being said, guys, we just got all of our wheat planted. This is a video of planting that wheat, along with the nightmare of trying to get our oats baled in the rain. Still have over 50 acres of oats laying that is currently getting rained on. I don't know what's gonna happen with that. This is a video about all that, guys. Stay tuned, it's gonna be a good one. Hey everybody, welcome back to Pond Bank Farms. I'm Ben Lichty. Today, winter wheat has started. We are planting it. So, I'm not sure if we'll get done today, but we're gonna get a lot done. Fingers crossed, everything goes good. And just like that, we are off to the races once again. All right, it is a gorgeous day for planting wheat here. Let's see how much we can get planted today. Got this field, got over there till on the other side of the fence line here over to the bush, and then we got some back there. It's about 36 acres on this farm, and then we're going to be packing everything up, taking it home, and then we got 20, 50, 70 acres to do at home. Found some huge stones here. We're just gonna throw in the fence row. So I think this field here is about 18 acres that we did so far. And we're just gonna step up here and see how much is left in here. Okay, that's empty enough. I don't like seeing it much empty in that. We're gonna go fill up and then we should be able to get the rest of the farm done with what's left, or like if we fill it up, we'll get the rest of the farm done. That's what I'm trying to say. Well, this beats bags. Okay, so since I got no sensors or anything to tell me when this is empty, I gotta keep checking on it. I should have enough to finish this farm, but you know, you don't want to run out. So we're gonna check. Oh yeah, we got, let's see if my camera will focus. Yeah, I think we got enough. I'm pretty sure. Don't have that crazy much more to do. Alrighty, this farm is done. Got all the wheat planted in this farm, so we are heading home. We got a few farms around home to do now. We're gonna have a little bit less winter wheat this year than last year. Last year we had, I think it's like 130 acres. This year we just have about 110 acres in the ground, or we're gonna have 110 acres in the ground. So a little less, but that should still give us enough straw, which is the main thing we're always worried about or wanting to provide for ourselves. Well folks, evening is setting. We got my little guy beside me and he's fast asleep. It's that time of the day. 6:30. Just hammering down the acres. So the farm we're at now, it's a 34 acre farm, I believe, or 34 acre field here. So I would get it done tonight, except the wagon's not here. I need to go grab the wagon, and we'll see how far I get tonight, but we're gonna get one bin through here anyway. Our one farm, we are spreading some solid manure on before we put wheat on. Dad got started on it. I got maybe 3 load to haul yet that he didn't get done. So we're gonna quick do that this morning first thing before we get to planting. You won? Okay, we got 1 load loaded up. Not making it quite as full as normal because it's pretty sloppy. So don't need it running out the side. Okay, we got 1 load unloaded. We're just gonna fill this load about half full and then the field's full. So definitely not as much as I thought it would be. And Clyde is gonna do some videoing. Here you go, my son. Well folks, today is the day we're going to be baling our oats. So for anybody that guessed in the last video how many bales we got, we're going to be finding that out today. That'll be interesting. I'm going to guess, my guess is around the 200 mark, but I'm hoping for more. But that's, I mean, I know that's a lot to ask for, but last year we got such a crazy crop that kind of makes you want, or not content, I guess you could say. Okay, we're done hauling manure. Here we are. This is the field that we seeded a few days ago, and the wagon is still here. Well, that's good. Can't forget the key. Okay, just putting the loader on here because Mark might be coming later today because Dad's gonna be baling the oats and he might be gathering some bales for us. Either way, somebody's gonna have to gather them and we need the loader on for that. Well, these wagons are nice for storage, but one thing about them, it does not flow out of these wagons well at all, which is okay, but it just means you gotta do a bit of shoveling. That'll do. Good, so we got that wagon empty. So now we just have the wagon with the tarp with seeds in it, so if it does rain, it's not the end of the world. We don't have to worry about getting a wagon inside right away. All right, we are rolling. We are rolling. Guess what, guys? This beats bags. Cannot emphasize that enough. For anybody that's just done this their whole life, this beats bags. So far, everything's been going very, very well with planting. Everything's worked amazing. So that's good, because there was a point earlier this year I was worried our air seeder wasn't working anymore. I suspected it was the oats and that there was a little bit of dirt, straw in the oats. I wasn't 100% sure, but turns out that is what it was, so that's good. So here's the plan for today and tomorrow especially, and then we're talking rain, so I don't know what's going to happen then. We're hoping to finish the winter wheat tonight. I don't know how late I'm going to have to go. My guess is 10 o'clock to midnight. And then tomorrow morning, first thing, I want to get everything land rolled that I planted wheat on. It's supposed to rain around 9 or 10 o'clock. And hopefully before then I can just start wrapping the bales. Mark's maybe coming this afternoon to start gathering the bales for me, so I'll just have to put them on and wrap them, which will be super nice. Dad's starting to bale here in the next few minutes. So that's the plan here. Alrighty, we are loaded up, we're rolling again. This should be enough now for the rest of this farm, and then we'll load up here again before we go to the next farm. Should be enough for there. Then we'll come back here and we'll kind of work from here as our base, since I have nobody to move this wagon for me. Well, would you look at that? Looks like my lunch is here. Oh. Well, we're done the front part here. We just got the back part to do. So we're making good time. So we are currently planting these seeds at around 190 pounds an acre, which it's a bit later in the season, so I would argue that's kind of what you want to do. But that's what we're aiming for, and I think we're pretty close. Okay, we just got done this field. So we just got done that field, a little bit of an awkward shaped field. About 35 acres. Very much fall weather out today. It's just a little too cool without a jacket, like a cold breeze, but it's warm enough that with the jacket and you start working a little bit, it's too warm. So, you know, a typical fall weather day kind of thing. Almost full. My one complaint with this is the auger should come out like to here, so it could drop more in the center. So we'll need enough seed for at least another fill up, maybe another 1.5. I think that should be enough, but I hope that will be, but we'll find out. Okay, hopefully that'll be enough for the next farm. So number 5 is normally what I have the fan on. That has an oil leak, so it's on number 2 right now, meaning I had to juggle everything around, making this, which folds it up, number 3. Yeah, a lot of shop work to do. So I got out of the tractor to check, see if this was empty. It wasn't, so we got the field done now, but I noticed this broke right off in there. I'm not sure why, but I'm very fortunate I seen that, because this does lift up when the weights, when I lift this up, the weight comes up, and the key held it in there, but it would not be pretty on the road. So I got Emily coming. I'm gonna take this back, get the bolts out of there, see if I can figure something out. I got Emily to pick me up and take me back, and I had to get the stubs that were broken. I had to get them out. I had to weld a nut on and get them out, and didn't have any of the right bolts to put on, but we got some a bit smaller, bolted on both sides, and we're gonna keep an eye on it, and hopefully that'll get us by to do the last 20 acres here. So this holds about 17 acres worth when you're putting 190 pounds on, or is what I figured. So I wish I'd have 17 acres left, but I have about 22 acres left. So I'm not gonna go crazy trying to fill it absolutely to the top. Just gonna fill it pretty full, and then, because we know we're gonna have to come back anyway. And hopefully we have enough wheat left. Did you guys know that this feeds bags? So it does. So here's a field of oats Dad has to bale yet today. He's currently in the second field. Apparently it's super wet. It's hard to bale. That's what I'm hearing. So yeah, it's the days have been nice, but they haven't been exceedingly drying. So we'll get what we get, and it'll feed. Might not feed as good, but not much you can do about it. So I got a call from Dad. The baler's plugged. He had unplugged it and plugged again. It's not working. It's too wet, essentially. So he's quitting for the night, and hopefully, and judging by the weather, the rain is getting pushed off tomorrow. So it was supposed to rain at 9. Now they're saying 11. If it could get pushed off another few hours, that would give him time tomorrow to get some more bale. I guess at this point, it is what it is. And there's not much more to say about it. Emily brought me some supper out. We got some chicken, fries, potato wedges. Definitely does the trick. Okay, this is our last fill up of the night. And then we'll have our winter wheat all done for the year. It's getting a little chilly. Thank goodness for a cab. All right, good night, folks. We are all done with winter wheat. So we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. We got a little bit of mist coming down. It wasn't supposed to rain till noon, so hopefully that's the extent of it this morning. We're gonna start land rolling all of our winter wheat, get that done hopefully mid-morning. And we got 2 hours and we can wrap our oats. It's supposed to rain at 12 o'clock, but who knows? I'm really hoping this drizzling stops soon. Not much I can do about it. It wasn't supposed to rain until 12. Had I known this, I probably would have got up a bit earlier. What do you do? Well, the rain has stopped for now. Hopefully it won't be too wet by the time we get there. We're just going to our furthest away field right now. So I just stopped on the way, got myself a breakfast at coffee time. Their coffee's okay, their baking's okay. Got an egg sandwich. And I was thinking back in my past, and I honestly believe that is the worst breakfast I've ever had in my life. Absolutely brutal. The eggs were recycled plastic, is how I would best describe that. Almost missed my turn here. I don't know if it's gonna be too wet or not. So anyway, the eggs were recycled plastic. The bacon was, oh, I don't know, rubber. And I'm not exaggerating, like, it was so disgusting. I hate it. And thankfully I do have a muffin to wash it down with, but take note, mental note of we're never ever to go for breakfast again. I don't mind their baking and coffee. It's no McDonald's or Tim Hortons or anything, but it's drinkable, it's eatable. The breakfast sandwiches, ew, gross, yuck. This is day 17, by the way, of no Timmy's coffee. And I had one 17 days ago, and then before that had been 25 days. So I haven't had Timmy's for a long time. I'm trying to stay off it because I know if I go there, I'm just gonna keep going there. And initially I just wanted to see if I could do it, and then realized on my last credit card statement that I'm saving a lot of money. So now I'm like, why not? This is not ideal. Well, it's happening. This is working out like right as planned. I don't know if they didn't get the rain here or if it's just because the ground isn't worked. I think a little bit of both. It's dry, like it's pretty dry, and we're able to land roll it. Alrighty, that is all of the wheat that we have to worry about for this year. Next year, obviously, we will be spreading fertilizer and manure on this ground, but for this fall, it is done. So this summer, this is the first time I've used it since I had it all washed up. I had it so nice and clean. Such is the life of a farmer. So this is our cornfield here, starting to brown down. So, now to the point of the thumbnail. How I saved our farm $30,000. Well, it all comes back to the wheat, growing wheat for straw. Now, is it money you see? Absolutely not. Is it absolutely all saved? No. But my theory on it is if you can grow your own wheat and get your own straw for free, I do still think you're ahead, even with the low crop prices. So here's how I figured. If you get $25 a bale and 5 bales an acre. Some years you can get more than that. Some years maybe not quite as much. But if you can get that, that is $100 an acre. Now, I would argue if you would bale your straw and sell it, you can probably average $50 per bale. So that is essentially $200 an acre. If you paid $200 an acre, for example, for renting land, you essentially, I could argue, get that back with straw. So your straw pays for the rent. And then you get $220, $230, that's on the low end, per ton of wheat. So if you get we'll just say $250 a ton, which is a little high right now, but we'll say for easy figuring, that's $500 an acre if you get 2 tons to the acre. That should pay for your fuel costs and your fertilizer. Your wheat doesn't cost that much to grow. So that's why I believe that it is much better to grow your own straw if you're able to than buy it. Now, I understand not everybody's able to grow their own. Some people live in a lot more condensed farming areas where land is just, you can't come by it. Like, you might rent 100 acres and that's all you'll ever be able to rent because everybody up, it's just so condensed and there's so many farmers in that area. We're kind of blessed in the area we live in. We're still able to find new land to rent. So, different situation for everybody, but that's kind of how I figure it out. In my opinion, it's a huge tool that I try to use. 5 years ago, it was my goal to eventually not have to buy any straw, and here we are. So it's a success. I'm very happy about that. My next goal would be to be able to sell some straw, but slow progress is better than no progress. Homeward bound. We're gonna stop by the house, pick up a bite to eat because I need something nourishing in my belly after that cardboard breakfast I had. I cannot emphasize how brutal that was. So we're gonna stop by, we're gonna grab a bite to eat, and then after that, hopefully the rain holds off. It's so-so. I'm gonna try to get the oats wrapped. I'm a little nervous about that, to be honest. You know, I really wouldn't mind if the prices of crops would go up. It wasn't long ago at all, 3 years. I booked some wheat in for $520 a ton. Crazy. Yeah, she's a mess right now. Anyway, we're gonna now transfer over to this tractor, start wrapping some bales. So we don't have the total amount of bales yet. Last video we did a guess the bale challenge, but I don't know exactly the total yet. I haven't asked Dad, and we don't have this field baled yet. But I know in the first field, which wasn't 20-acre field, but a third of it didn't get planted due to some issues when planting. We got 60 bales in that field. So it's yielding okay, but obviously the quality is not gonna be there, but it will make feed for the heifers, which is all we wanted it for. Luckily, we have not got a rain that amounted to much yet today. Tomorrow's looking like the sun could come out a bit. If things go well, tomorrow afternoon we could get this baled up, so huge relief that would be. So we're wrapping in a different field. Okay, we're gonna grab some plastic wrap while we're here. Heifers look good. The wrapper's got gasoline to run. Get the oats wrapped. I don't know if you knew this about me or not, but I'm a white wrapper. Were you waiting to start wrapping? Oh, here are the oats, folks. Actually, still pretty solid bales, so I'm a little relieved, but we'll see when I start loading them. Huh. The GX633 and it stopped. Gotta let it warm up a bit. I'll tell you what, these bales are holding up a lot better than I thought they would. They're actually pretty solid bales, which tells me they're gonna actually make decent feed. So that's encouraging. Okay, we just ran out of wrap, so we're gonna have to put some new rolls on. Concerned about this bale. If it can hold together for 5 more seconds, that would be great. You know, you can say like it's been a bit of a nightmare getting these oats off, and it absolutely has. It's still going to be worth it. The only way it's not worth it is if you don't get the bales done. So we still don't have one field done, but we got these 2 done, and we did not get too much rain today, so I think there's a chance to salvage the other field yet. Nothing like making baleage the end of October. Well, there's some weight on these wagons. We actually were able to get this whole field on here. There's a little bit at the back. Dad didn't get baled last night. Hopefully tomorrow he'll be able to do that. I think the feed quality won't actually be too bad, so that makes me pretty happy. We're not getting as much quantity as we did last year. Last year we got like 200 bales at, I think it was like 30, off of like 35 acres, which is incredible. We're not getting that because we got like 60 acres planted, and we might get 200 bales, but still, it's we'll definitely take it. It's smelling really sweet, so that's a good sign. Yeah, I'm liking it. I think it's actually gonna make good feed. Let's fire up the wrapper. Well guys, that is a good feeling. All of the oats that were baled are now wrapped. There are still 35 acres that have to get baled, but to have that done is incredible. I have to admit, the beginning of this week, I was starting to look at what we had to do, and look at how much time we had, and look at the weather, and I was starting to get pretty overwhelmed. And since that, we buckled down and we got a bunch of soybeans combined. We got all of our winter wheat planted and land rolled, and we got all of our oats cut, half of them baled and wrapped, and by the looks of the weather, maybe tomorrow we can get the other half baled and wrapped and combine a bunch more soybeans, which will put us so close to finish. So that's a good feeling, and then after that it's just corn. So yeah, we're pretty thankful here. So I don't have a result for you yet for all the bales. Last video you all guessed, and some very good guesses, I'm thinking. So I'll let you know in the next video who got the closest guess to that. If you enjoy these videos, please go ahead and subscribe so you can get notified and see other videos that I post. That'll mark the end of this video. Thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one. We got a lot to do yet, so don't go anywhere. Oh, you know what I mean. Come back for more on the next video.